Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I am in a park with this guy again. We're gonna go find some cool stuff. Let's go. Alright guys, this is probably gonna be just a short video. I'm actually out with Emerald Sound Productions again. This is a different day from the last set of videos. He brought me down to his local township building, which used to be a former camp, which obviously I'll link his video. I'll put the link to his video in the description below for you guys to check out more of the actual history of the camp, because I'm not really going to get in depth like he is. So I encourage you to go over, and if you want to learn more about the actual camp, to go over and check out his video. But what is interesting me, or piquing my interest, is we're heading down to the abandoned pool that they made for the camp, which is still supposedly here. So we're gonna go check that out. This is now all public land. It's the township building, which the stone building, I don't know if you caught that behind me, but I can show a picture of that here. That is now the township building, but that was originally part of the camp. Thanks. My cue card. Okay, so the unique thing about this swimming pool is it was actually fed by a creek. All right, so we're heading down. We came in on this trail, and already we're seeing the creek here, which isn't really flowing that well, but there is some water in it. Being in the summertime here, it's not as high of water. I do see a wall right there, and the pool is going to be right over here, which he's saying is not filled in yet, and it's still here. So there's probably the first remnants of it. So yeah, here you go. Here's a concrete wall with mucho grande nature's carpet on it. I did. I'll spit it out eventually. You got me with? No. Yes, a little bit, maybe. Ooh, I'm standing on a metal grate here. Ooh, I hear a toad. So there's a metal grate right here. So that would have been probably for filtering stuff out. So there, parts of it are missing, because here's a piece of rebar sticking out.
Off the path we found one of the,
and then there's a pipe right there too.
The creek is right down there.
You see there's a pipe running down into where the pool would be.
Yeah, down into the there.
All right, so I'm finding another sign of evidence of a pool having been here. You guys see it yet? There is a metal handrail right here. So there would have been steps going down into the water, probably right where I'm standing, which is obviously overgrown right now, so you can't. Oh, there's a little fish in there too. So this is the creek coming into the corner of it.
So as I'm walking
Oh yeah, so right over here, we're getting closer.
I believe this would have been the shallow end.
We were just over here. There's the one railing, so this must have been steps going all the way across, because there's another railing right where Randy's standing, and I can see a wall right there. So this probably would have been a step down into it. Yeah, because it's not real deep, so that would have been a shallow wading area to get into it. And as you can see, it's kind of presenting itself now, but I also wanted to point this out. It's a really nice secluded area back in here with these trees and stuff, which of course back then these trees wouldn't have been how they are today, but going by today's standards, this would be a nice little secluded area to come and just relax and enjoy nature. I'm assuming you don't want to swim in this, right?
No.
Yeah, no. Okay.
No, you don't want to swim.
So yeah, here's the look at that hand railing right there. And then we got wall coming down to here again. And here it is. Oh,
Actual pool,
scared that little guy.
which
Scared me too.
has a bunch of frogs in it.
They get to swim in it. We don't.
Yeah, they can swim in it, but we don't. We don't want to swim in it. Yeah, this is.
All right, so one of our questions that neither one of us actually know the answer to at this point is if this pool is full. Oh, here's a eye bolt. So there would have been, there's probably another one over there. So this would have been a marker to let you know this is the deeper end. But going back to what I was saying is we don't know if this has a concrete bottom as well, or if it's just the concrete walls just to get the water in this area, and that's that, kind of like a dam to hold the water in this area. So we're unsure what's down there. I'm gonna say there's stuff growing up through it. You see there's a leaf right there, like a kind of like a lily pad kind of thing. So we don't know any more of what we see. There's another eye bolt right there. So there's a couple eye bolts through here. So there's probably, it was like cordoned off with deep end, shallow end, things like that. Like you would think of a modern public pool now. Here's another set of railings. So there's steps right here, which is, looks like it's partially, it's broken right there. So that's not really, it's broken on both sides. So it rotted through. And I could have gotten you guys underwater footage, and I thought about bringing the other case to do that, and I didn't, so that's still in his car, so there won't be any underwater footage of this one. I do see something over here. It looks like a pad, like a concrete pad. And then you got the creek going underneath this bridge here where Randy's standing now. So let's go take a peek at this quick. Looks like what I'm on is actually an old pathway. Yeah, there was a building here. You can see this was foundation. There was a wall here at one time, so maybe this was changing rooms. There might be remnants of a outhouse right there. That's probably, yeah, that's what that looks like, or a septic of some sort, because there's a piece of pipe laying right there, and then you got a little foundation pit right there with a little separation wall in between, so that might have been outhouse. But this could have been maybe changing area, because it's pretty decent size. It goes all the way to where that tree is down right there, comes back around over to here. Looks like there's a hole in the middle right about here. Yeah, there's something. It's got a shape to it, so there must have been maybe a post or something here. Support post. I got something in my shoes again. All right, so while Randy goes and checks out the foundation of the outhouse, we're gonna head back up here to the bridge and show you what he was just looking at, as opposed to what we're looking at now. That bridge actually crosses over the spillway, which would have controlled the flow since this was creek fed. If it would have gotten too high, it would have came through this spillway and down basically right along where he's at now. So I'm gonna assume that this bridge is not original to the camp. It looks like a fairly newer construction, but it is older. But it could have been here. There's something obviously with here, because now we're coming up to the remains of the diving board. So that definitely gives you an idea of how deep this side could be. So they have it, the shape of it, they actually have it coming straight down along there, and then it comes across this way, and then it goes on an angle on the wall I'm standing on back over to that wall, which then runs somewhat parallel. It almost looks like it comes in on a slight angle towards each other up to the shallow end or the wading end there. So yeah, this would have been, there would have been a diving board on here. It's actually pivots. So you had the diving board on here and you would have been able to dive in on this. Step down in here and give you a look. So this would have been your view from the diving board. Actually, probably more like this. So I see right there, it looks like a concrete block of some sort right there. Not sure what it is. And then looking down this way, there's like a little clearing area here. There's some names and stuff carved in trees right there. Names and initials. See if there's any dates. Oh, red rum. Red rum. Red rum. I don't see any dates. But they've been there for a good bit of time, it looks like. There's one here. So this looks like this could have been just like a little area to get out of the sun, maybe to relax, and maybe picnic area or something like that, because it has that leveled out, somewhat leveled out clearing here. Right over there is where that building was. But I do want to come down here and take a look at this concrete block to see what this could have been. Yeah, taking a look at this right here, looks like it continues on underneath here. So this must be, is there a pipe or something here? No, I guess not. It's got cables coming out of it, but it runs in that way underneath those rocks. Not sure what that would have been. Interesting. I thought maybe it would have been a pipe for helping with drainage, but I guess not, because you got a little streamway flowing through over here too, around this side of it. Looks like there's another clearing possibly up in there, but there's a bunch of rocks and boulders there, so I'm sure that wasn't anything. Just probably natural. All right.
I can remember as a kid driving by on the school bus that this tree wasn't like this.
So we're working our way around to the other side where that other ladder is, and we just found nature's diving board.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the tree that fell down right here. You can see the roots up out of the ground right there, and it's been like that for a while because it's got a good bit of nature's carpet on it. But this, yeah, I mean, if this was still swimmable, that would definitely make for an interesting climb out on the tree and drop into the water kind of thing. So we'll get you a side shot when we get over here. All right, so here's a side view of that tree from, you can see the bridge over there. And looking over in this corner, you can actually see the buildup of debris in here, which obviously if you go into that, you're gonna sink down into it, because this has gotta be at least 8 foot, maybe 12 feet deep for the diving board. That we don't know the depth, so. But I just did notice too, here is a rectangle cut out in the concrete, which, so you can see it right here below my feet. So whether that, obviously it wasn't, there was no filtration system in here, but it almost looks like a step to me. What does it look like to you guys, since you're looking straight into it? All right, so we've made our way from over there into this area now. You can see the bridge over there, and I just did come across another metal ladder here in the water, sticking out the handle parts. There's a piece of pipe sticking up right there, and it looks like a 4x4 piece of wood right there. Not 100% sure what that could have been. Or here I can see in the sunlight, you can see the buildup of the silt right here and the debris of the leaves over time. So like I said, this is probably still pretty deep here. I don't see any of those eye bolts yet, like I saw on that side, which would have been, there's one right there. Sorry, there's one right about there, and there's one right over here, and then there's the one ladder right there. So I don't see any on this side yet, but I do notice that behind me here is a big open, would have been, there's more carvings on the tree, but this would have been a big open clearing area, maybe possibly for setting, maybe they had picnic tables here, or kind of like a beach kind of thing here where you could lay out your towels. And it looks like it went all clear down to way over there. So this whole area here is all cleared out for the most part. I'm gonna see if I can find a stick to give us an idea how deep this could possibly be. Even with the debris in there. So we'll go to where the sunlight is. So just hitting the debris right there is about 5-6 inches, but it sinks down in and I'm releasing bubbles. All right, so it didn't reach bottom yet, but that's probably at least 3 feet right there. I'm gonna get some probably methane smelling here now. No, that's not. See, it's softer here. I'll have to find a bigger, because it's still going. Now I might have hit bottom right there. So I'll bring that up. That's probably about, looking at that, that's almost chest height to me, so about 4 feet. So that's pretty decent right there yet. Let's see if we can find a better, bigger, longer stick here. So stand by. Okay, while on the search for a bigger stick, I did come across this pile of wood here with some shingle remnants. It's tongue and groove wood. So this is some type of remains of a building, whether it's from here or it was dumped here, that we don't know. But then again, it could have belonged on that concrete pad right there that I'm just now spotting. So let's go take a peek at that. Huh. Yeah, so here's a little concrete pad right here. It's probably about 6 to 8 feet around. Not sure what that is. It almost looks like fire hose, but no, that's rubber. It was probably a hose of some sort at one time. Rubber hose. There's some more of it right there, and looks like there's a trail coming down right here. There's a good bit of debris back here. Now we got cobwebs in my nose. That's a hydraulic hose, or at least pneumatic airline. That's airline, that's air hose. But here's a piece of metal, like roof. Almost looks like a piece of roof. There's another piece back there. So that's sheet metal. There's an ant farm. Let's go ahead and just put that roof back on. There you go, guys. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm sure there was definitely a structure here of some sort. Not sure what that could have been. Maybe this was a changing room and that was the bathrooms over there. I don't know. He's found some remnants over there, so check out his video for what he found over there. There's broken glass here too, like pane glass, not bottle glass or anything. So there was obviously a window in here at one time. So that's an interesting little find there. There's more of that hose stuff. I'm sure if we like move some of the leaves and stuff around here, we'd probably find more debris. But my mission was to find a bigger stick. So let me keep looking and find that so we can get a better depth reading here. So here's something that Randy spotted. We have a utility pole right here that has a transformer on it, and it still has electrical wires going out to the road, because the road is in that direction. So if we make our way around this side, we might be able to see those lines going through. Yep, you can just barely make them out, but amongst the trees, but they're like right in here. So they go out that direction towards the road. It does have pole numbers and everything, so this is a fairly modern pole with the guy wire coming down to the ground. But his theory, this concrete pad that we were looking at a little bit ago, it looks like there could have been wires coming into what would have been an electrical service of some sort to this building that was here, which may go back to my theory of this could have been filtered somehow with that rectangle in the corner in the concrete. To me, that looks like a modern day filtration system. So they must have, maybe they did have some kind of filtration system here, and this was the pump house for it. What'd you find now?
That's hose for a filter system.
Oh yeah. So that's probably what this black hose is. Yeah, there's some more of it right there. Okay, so that's making more sense as to what we were talking about.
Yep, there's laying all over the place here.
Yeah.
Plastic hose.
And then that red hose that I think is airline could be hose of some sort as well, because if you pick it up and look at that, it has a black, it's just a red jacketing on a black rubber hose. Just don't move the sheet metal, you'll disturb the ants.
Oh, okay.
So we got another Randy Hawkeye moment here. He picked out this chain here hanging in this tree. And you can see it's definitely been here for a long time, because it's actually grown into the tree, or the tree has grown around it, I should say. So it's embedded in the tree is the word I'm looking for. And that's right next to what we're now assuming was an electrical pumping house of some sort, because we did discover that this was a circuit breaker. I found some information on it. Let's see if you guys can read that or not. But that it says Push-O-Matic circuit breaker, Bulldog Electric Products Company of Detroit, USA. There's no date on it, but there is a number on here that maybe we can research to see if we can find any more information on it. Let me or if you guys want to do that and put it in the comments. So it's PCNO 38258.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we found a good decent sized stick, and we're back over here where the diving board would have been, and we're finding that the bottom is solid. It does have a concrete solid sound to it when you're hitting bottom with this stick. And right here where I have the stick now is roughly about 6 feet, but I kind of reached out a little bit further there and put it down, and that was over my head when I brought it back out and over me. So if you want to see that footage of us testing those couple spots, check out his video, because he actually filmed me doing that, so we caught that. But then you can also see the methane release too of me putting it down through the debris. You see the bubbles coming up, because this is really full of leaves and stuff. So but you can see how long this stick is.
When we brought the stick out and stuck it up, it was down to his head, the water level, so it does go on a slant and drops off dramatically.
Oh yeah, you can smell it now. I'm starting to smell it now.
God, it stinks.
That's all them rotting leaves. So yeah, you definitely do not want to swim in here. It's nasty. So he also did discover something over there, and while he was going through the woods over there, he found a pipe that's heading in this direction, which right over there to the right of that ladder, you can see there's a little bit of water flowing into this. and there's another creek over there that was feeding into it. So whether that actually fed into it or was another way of draining out, right now it's feeding into it. So it probably would have been both, obviously. And there's something just jumped out of the water right there. But yeah, so we're assuming that the sides here, because along the edge, obviously over there it was about 4 feet, and then over here it got a little deeper, and then it got shallower towards the corner. So we're assuming that they put a pitch to it, so it probably gets a lot deeper out here. How deep, we can't actually tell that right now, but without going out there and checking it. But I'm not going out there and checking that. So this water is nasty. So we're gonna stay on dry ground and not even bother with that. So this was a neat find here. I'm glad that Randy mentioned it to me and piqued my interest to come and check it out. So I thank him for bringing me out here to share this location with me, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Like I said, anything that I missed, go over and check out his video. You'll catch it in what he saw over here, and more of the information of the actual history of the camp and the pool and everything that has to do with the camp itself and the property now and the township that owns it and how they preserve it and everything like that. So wanted to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and would like to subscribe for more content, feel free to do that. I would definitely appreciate that. And we will catch you in the next one.